on undefinedradio.com. Appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. We're trying something new tonight. We are going on a Sunday evening. See what the traffic's going to be like. It's going to be easier for people to join in tonight right here on the weekend where everybody's just kind of relaxing, chilling out, having a little supper, maybe a little drink, whatever it is you're doing on a Sunday night to kind of unwind before Monday kicks you right back in the ass again.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do today. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. Sweet baby Jesus, I know I had a good weekend.
It was a good weekend.
It was a great weekend.
I've seen you a lot this weekend.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Oh, I gotta find other people to hang out with.
No, you don't. You're hanging out with greatness right now, and honestly, that's all you could ever hope to achieve.
Here we go.
So you might have already reached the pinnacle of your life, buddy. And if that's the case, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I need to find some other people to be around.
I don't think so. I think you're doing well. I think this is good for you. It's all kinds of character building.
I got to find more uplifting people.
Uplifting. Dude, we have elevated your life.
Have you?
Before this, all you were doing was putting extra butter on people's popcorn in the movie theater who did not even know your name.
That's true.
Nobody even knew who you were.
But you know what? That made people happy.
Huh?
That made people happy.
The popcorn did. Not you.
No, but putting extra butter on.
You put what people told you to put on there. You yourself didn't make that happen.
I asked them, though. I said, hey.
You were like on one of those conveyor belts, right? Like, here, it's your turn to put a part on there. You go.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Like I was back in
now, it's not that way. No. Now you're part of something great, something awesome. Most people don't get as lucky as you have.
Bottom card booking.
Here
with Big Daddy Storm
and
Randy Rockham.
That's it. Got some folks watching. Guys, tune in. You can become part of the conversation.
He's here.
We are having a good time. It is Sunday night. Of course, a lot happened this weekend. If you missed this weekend's episode of Bluff City Wrestling, you can go to Bluff City Wrestling on their YouTube channel. Check it out. It's up. It's right there, episode 15. You will get to see greatness. I can't even lie about it. It's tough. I hate having to toot my own horn.
No, you
let's
don't.
Toot a little bit.
No, you don't.
Let's toot a little bit. Mercy.
Since when?
Mercy.
Since when?
People ought to be terrified. That's all I'm going to say. People should be terrified. I mean, we beat up the Island Grasshopper. Mr. Clean took them boys to school. Grizzly Adams, Buck Skinner. Yeah, Buck Skinner.
Yeah.
Him. Just everybody. We left so many people laying and just. I got tired of beating people up. I never thought I'd say that. Just got tired of abusing people. You know what I mean?
Well, do you think that'll change anything?
No.
Going forward? I didn't think so.
No.
I didn't think it would.
No.
Well, there you are. I lost y'all for a second.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry about that, Randy. I don't know what that.
No, it's all right.
That right there is. Man, somebody's already given
us
a frowny face. I don't know why.
Lord,
I don't understand. Also, what is there to hate? You know, we went on Bob and Josh's show last night. They have this Talk Back Live that they do.
Yeah.
It's their network that they're on. It's they have a lot of good stuff on there. Interview a lot of people. Well, me and Brody and the King were on there last night. King left pretty early on in the conversation, and then it was left up to me and Brody Hawk to do our thing. And son, we beat the crap out. I mean, it got to the point where Bob and Josh, I don't think, knew what to expect from us.
I don't think anybody ever knows what to expect from you guys anymore. Like, I was trying to think when you were talking about the destruction that you guys left, that Royalty left on Bluff City yesterday morning. I was trying to think of the factions that have come through professional wrestling.
Yeah.
That have just come through and left domination.
Mm-hmm.
Left dominant. You know, just destruction everywhere. As far in you guys' mind, and we know that Randy is a wrestling just dictionary, encyclopedia.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's got that encyclopedia.
And so, Randy, you said the Road Warriors are just one of the most dominant forces that you believe have come through.
Yeah, Randy, can you hear us?
Man, let's see the Road Warriors. You sound kind of like robots a little bit, but I caught some of that. I was gonna say, the Road Warriors. Of course, you got to go with the Fabulous Freebirds. as being a dominant group. But coming through Memphis, man, I really don't. I've been trying to think who would be dominant as far as coming through Memphis.
Well, Memphis had a couple of stables, I think.
You hear me?
At one point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I think Memphis.
Well, yeah. You had Jimmy Hart's first family.
That's right.
Jimmy Hart had the first family, there for a while, and then man, who else is all? I've been trying to think who else is. Man, just off the top of my head, I mean, there's a lot of tag teams, but as far as like faction wise,
yeah, there have been a lot of tag teams, but man, faction wise, you had the stud stable. Was that?
Yep, stud stable. That's right. I was just fixing to say Robert Fuller's group. Yeah.
Yep. So you had them, and they were pretty dominant. But it was, and Randy, because this is what I wanted to talk to you about as well.
What would you call the Moondogs? Because it was so many different Moondogs. I mean, would you call them a faction?
They almost are, because they weren't trying to play the same Moondog, right? It was
because
you
at one time
lucky
you had
enough to be part of that.
Because at one time you had Spot, Spike, and Rex.
That's right. That's what I mean. So you just not anybody got to be a Moondog.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I would say they were kind of a faction, even though you only ever really saw two at one time. But they were. I would think so. We were. Right. Bob and Josh. We were on there last night.
One time, I will say at one time that they had like three. They had one who did singles and then one who did tags.
That's right. Exactly. Well, last night, Bob and Josh we were there talking to them, and they were asking me and Brody about wrestling and how and it's like, well, what y'all are doing isn't wrestling. I'm like, what we're doing is exactly wrestling. It's what's been missing from Memphis forever. Memphis used to be a violent place. You just didn't come to Memphis, because this is going back to what we kind of talked about earlier before we ever came on the show. Just not anybody got to come and wrestle in Memphis. You had to be tough. You had to be willing to do whatever. And and what we're doing out there is a direct throwback to how statements were made in Memphis before they ever got to the Coliseum on Monday nights. You've mentioned it a ton of times. All TV is an hour and a half commercial or advertisement to set up what was going to happen at these big house shows.
Mm-hmm.
So, Randy, how do you? So
Monday night, Tuesday night Louisville, Wednesday night Evansville.
Exactly.
I'm that's what TV was. It was just a 90-minute commercial for your Coliseum card, for your Tuesday night card, your Wednesday night card, and your spot show Thursday, Friday, and then your Nashville and Jonesboro every other Saturday.
Yes, absolutely. So as far as it goes, how do you see people trying to, as far as what would you do to try to bring back that old Memphis feel? If you were doing some fantasy booking, or not even that, or you were putting a promotion together, you were trying to do this. I mean, because we see what wrestling has become.
This might ruffle, right? This might ruffle some feathers, but I would take some of these newer young guys and I'd make them an enhancement talent again.
Yeah.
Not every match has to be good. You got, and I will say that what I heard the other night, what Johnny said in the interview is that he's heard it from Lawler and Dundee and Randy Hales. You got to make stars. I mean,
yes.
If you don't make stars, people aren't going to watch. And even though you may come out there every week and get your tail whipped, because you're an enhancement talent, you're actually still learning something.
Yes. Absolutely.
If you do it, if you can take it and not complain about it, when's my time? Your time will come, I promise. If you stick with it, your time will come, and show those guys you want to learn and you want to do it. You learn to work in front of a camera. You learn to work in front of a live crowd. I've seen it happen. There was guys back in the days of Memphis who could have went full time if they didn't have a good paying job. I mean,
Oh,
they were good
yeah.
enough to do it, but they were such good enhancement talents. I mean, they can make the stars look really good on Saturday mornings.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, there's just a lot of those spots, but it seems like everybody now feels like they should be the star.
Everybody wants to be a star.
I mean,
Exactly.
Really
Exactly.
they truly look at themselves as like,
I see it.
I
I mean,
should be
that's
the
my opinion.
star.
I mean, that's how I see it.
Well, and I agree with you. I mean, I do, and I think it's a difference between saying like they were giving me and Brody a hard time last night because of how great we know we are. All right, like there's something wrong with believing the greatness that they believe. I think it rubs a lot of people the wrong way when they hear somebody say that we're great. I am great at what I do.
Hmm.
I am great. I am the best. People hate that. They hate hearing it, and I don't know where we've lost
Oh yeah,
that mindset of believing in ourselves enough to
he's
say,
bragging on himself. He thinks he's.
and that's what it's come down to. I'm like, no, son, I am the best at this. And now, if you don't believe so, you're just gonna prove me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have that belief that you're the best, I don't know why you do anything. You know, no matter what it is. I don't understand that mindset. That's like in the rodeo business, you know, out there. I would think that you would have to believe that you're one of the best announcers out there going. And that's why you keep getting booked to go around the country to do these things. You have to have that belief in yourself, don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Because it's just like it may be worse than wrestling. I mean, it's very cutthroat. I mean, it's people. You know, it's it's a business. Oh man, I can do this. You know, I can do this better. I can do this cheaper or whatever. No, no, you can't. I mean, it's well, I should be the star of the show. No, the star of the show is the people who buy the tickets. That's who the star of the show is. That's who you're there to entertain.
Dude, we were down at Windy City Grill last night in Como.
I may have gotten off it because you were kind of skipping in and out there, Storm.
All right, buddy.
You're kind of skipping in and out, so I caught some of that, and I tried to.
Well, we are we were at Windy City Grill last
You
night
there?
in Como. Yeah. We are just not having good luck with Randy Signal tonight, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I seen y'all were down there watching Roxy Love.
Yeah, we were down there chilling out. Dude, and so look, let me tell you, this is how you know people are watching what's happening. I had one group of people were sitting at a table behind us watching the show, watching Bluff City. And said, hey, look. And so they were sitting back there and went and showed me that they were watching. Had 3 other people come up to me separately. Like, man, we saw you. That wrestling's taking off, man. We've seen you on TV. It's amazing what's going on out there. So people are seeing it. All right, people are noticing what's happening in Bluff City. People are watching the show. And so if that doesn't strike a fire, I think under a lot of these guys to get out there and start putting their best foot forward and get some stuff done, then I don't understand what they're out here doing or not trying to do, because I love the attention. I think it's great, and I think they all should love the attention.
I must just be really good at disguising who I am, because nobody came up to me and recognized me. But I mean, you're a standout. Like, you stand out anywhere you go. You stand out.
That is true.
I wasn't putting you over. I was just saying you just stand out.
You get the little starry look in your eye. Calm down. It's okay. It is okay.
No, that's the look of exhaustion.
It's okay.
That's what that is.
That is not what that is. Corey and Barry are the best announcers out there. Look, yeah, I miss having y'all out there too. If I could get Corey, Barry, get Randy back at the show,
yeah,
I'd be set.
Yeah,
I'd be set.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, because I never had issues.
Oh, I mean, I would love to come do a show at Bluff City.
See, but Randy's always gone on the rodeo on the weekends.
I'd love to do a show for Bluff City.
You'd be so good.
Corey's
so good.
Corey's busting.
That's what pays the bills.
And that's what you got to do. And I would be remiss if we did. We got to mention something real quick. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Mr. CEO himself.
Yeah.
From APW.
APW OG right there.
That's right.
And CEO.
Had a little medical event today. We will not go into detail about that. And, the family and stuff could share all the information if they want to. But just know that he's in our thoughts and prayers. If you guys would throw some up for him, we would certainly all appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a great guy.
CEO is awesome, fantastic, and we're all hoping that he comes through on the better side of this. So, yeah, for sure. Hopefully tomorrow we'll know some more information about what's going on with him and his health issues.
Absolutely.
But for sure, prayers, many prayers sent to CEO and his family right now. Today has been rough for him.
Yeah.
But
It's been tough.
CEO is a strong man, and he's just got a big heart about him, and just a wonderful guy. And so we're definitely hoping for the best with him, and
Yeah.
just hoping he comes through it.
Ricky says Rockin' Randy is the Ric Flair of wrestling knowledge. That is true. This is true. Randy Rockham. Go get it.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
it,
very
baby.
true. That is so
The Tower
true.
of Power, he's too sweet to be sour. That's him.
That's right.
Give us a woo.
He sounds like a 6'8" Brian Sopine when he said that right
I
there.
can't hardly
Yeah, he
move right
did.
now.
He did. You can
I've been
tell
all
that.
that.
You can tell
I've
that's
been
one
around
of his
all-
best buddies.
I've been around dust and bacteria in the Coliseum this week, so
Oh, yeah. There
my
you
throat's
go.
about to give out.
There you go. But no, it's been a big weekend. I was so tired last night.
I tell you what, hey, you said I was gonna say something. APW. That's one show I am ready to come and watch live as an APW show.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yes. I get my chance finally on February the 4th.
finally.
I am so excited.
3 years
It's
in
been
the
a
making.
long time coming.
3 years in the making.
Long time coming. Because they do so many good things, and Alan's always putting over APW.
Now, is this gonna
a lot
be-
of the guys are. What's that, Randy?
Now, is this APW appearance going to be just Big Daddy Storm, or is it going to be or is it going to be the Savage Brotherhood?
I believe it's just going to be me for right now.
Just you, okay?
For right now.
Yeah.
I kind of, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what
Go
happened.
ahead.
I kind of booked myself into this whole thing because I've been saying I was going to go to an APW show for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And it had truly been meaning to, but it's also one of those things where I almost hate going to somebody else's show because I want to work, right? And I don't like to invite myself to anybody's stuff. I'm not that guy, to where I just go to people's stuff expecting to work. I feel weird about that. I've never been that dude. And so I always said, and we would have gone actually after the tapings last week, but I was so tired.
Yeah.
And so worn out. And Jennifer can testify that I got home. By the time I got home, I was done. I crawled into bed by 6 o'clock and I was out. I mean, that's how tired I was. Of course, after watching today's show and next weekend's show, you'll see why. Man. But I was exhausted. And so, and it was right there in West Memphis, which APW will be coming back to West Memphis. We just found out.
Yeah, April 1st.
Yep,
I believe.
that's going to be great.
It is not an April Fool's joke.
No, it is. It is certainly. They are coming back. And I'm
When's it going to be?
April 1st.
April 1st. Yeah.
When's our next show? With April the 1st.
April 1st is when they're going back to West Memphis.
I'm going to look at my calendar.
Yep. And then February 4th, we're going to Helena.
Yep.
Over there for that show. That'll be interesting.
Looks like I'm open.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Y'all come on up then.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've always heard they run a great show, and I know those
As
guys.
of right now, I am open.
Well, Ricky runs a tight ship over there, and I think he has so much knowledge in the stuff that he does. Like I said, I'm excited about going over there and checking it out, and hopefully it's the first of many more. But when we were talking to Ricky last week, it's like, he got to talking. He's like, "Oh, you're booked on the show." I was like, "Well, now I have to go."
Yeah.
Which I'm all for, right? But that was about the only way I was going was to be booked on the show because I hate going by myself to any place. And if I'm sitting out in the crowd watching, I start getting the itch. Like I should be doing something.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Ricky Kennedy said Randy is VIP.
And
so you get the VIP treatment, Randy.
There's also guys in the back. What's he here for?
Well, there'll be some of that, but you know what?
Cool.
I will say this.
Man, yeah.
The guys that are in Ricky's locker room, because a lot of those guys have been
in the
Redeem locker room and they've been in the Bluff City locker room.
Yeah,
they're all pretty good guys.
Mm-hmm. Most of them.
Look, Austin. I was so impressed with Austin's match with Poker Face the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you how far that kid's come.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought they had an excellent main event match for TV. Austin can move. He's really stepping up his game. His timing's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
The kid's got a good look to him. I mean, he really does. So, yeah, I mean, but you see talent. They take the time with their talent. Like their training is what I'm so ready to get this building done over here so we get Crossroads training in because we're waiting on the date for our Hadley show, which will be in the spring as well, Randy. So, and I'll let you know what that date's going to be. So I know that's going to be one of our first few Crossroads dates for the year. Will be in the spring at Hadley's. But dude, they run a great training camp over there. They got late. I mean, they put in the work with their guys.
Mm-hmm.
And from somebody who's training, if you want wrestling knowledge, those are guys you want to go learn from.
Yeah.
Like those are guys you want to go learn from. It's just, it's just one of those things. Ricky says I'll slap that long-haired idiot.
I'm not talking about you. He's talking about all.
I know he's talking about.
Make sure you know.
So that's the cool thing about Ricky. Me and Ricky are actually kind of tight. So,
yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of the same mindset. Like Frontline, that's a cool group of guys.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
What's that?
That would be interesting. Seeing I don't know. I don't think it would work out at this point in time, but seeing a confrontation between Royalty and Frontline, that would be interesting for sure.
That would be different.
But it's not. It wouldn't work out. There's
Hey, I was going to ask y'all too. Tell me, did my eyes just see the other day that John Tackett has showed back up in APW?
Yeah, that's true. Tackett was at APW in West Memphis.
Okay.
Yep.
I heard rumors he was going to be there.
Yeah, he was managing the Unholy Alliance.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was there in their corner, and he was as loud as ever.
Oh, I'll bet he was irritating the crap out of everybody.
It was terrible. It was.
Thank you for clearing it up, Alan. I thought that.
I'm proud of it.
Thank you for clearing it up. I thought it was that smoke. I thought it was that smoke that I got from the Sonic here in Holly Springs. So I thought I was seeing things. I thought I was seeing things.
Your eyes were not deceiving you.
It special fog they have over there.
And he's.
Well, I'll tell you, mother, we got cheated. We got cheated, Storm. You know it. Alan, you know we got cheated. I hadn't done that in a long time.
Man, he's
been a while.
He's been gone for a little while. So he had just built up energy and animosity towards, everything. Like he always does. And so it was good to have him back in a sense, but also I was thinking, man, he can go away again. But Tackett was back managing the Unholy Alliance. So
dude, let me tell you, I gotta ask you guys a question about fans. This is and I want everybody's input here. So if you've got some input on the fandom, then by all means, let me know. And if you are one of these fans, let me know. Look, fans are fickle, right?
Fickle.
Very fickle.
Good word.
Take Buck Skinner. Take Buck.
Yeah.
Everybody, all the fans at Bluff City hated him. And now these freaking peasants are cheering.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything that deserved being cheered. Nothing. The only thing that happened was that he did what he continued to do, and that's just dog on Johnny. And because he was dogging on Johnny, he had to pay a price for that. And then all of a sudden, people are cheering him. That makes no sense to me. No sense. This dude didn't say one good thing to the fans, and then here they are. The fans are such turncoats, by the way. And them freeloaders in Memphis are the worst.
Well, I think it has to do with what Johnny was doing, and the fans didn't like what Johnny was doing. So who were they going
to like what Johnny was doing?
So who was?
But they enjoyed what Buck was doing.
They enjoyed what Buck was doing. Yeah.
Yeah, they enjoyed the assault, but they only enjoyed the assault when Buck was doing it. They didn't enjoy the assault when we were whooping up on everybody else. That's what I mean about the fans. This is why you have to tell the fans what to do.
I think it's the principle of the matter.
There's no principle of the matter in this thing.
I think that's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
I think just fans are dumb.
No.
I think just fans are dumb.
To each his own.
And they're on their own. They're all done. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. They're just stupid, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why they keep cheering for these guys when they're no better. Bob and Josh had the nerve last night on their show. You know, Brody and I took time out of our busy schedules to go talk to these idiots last night. And for those of you who don't know, Bob and Josh are the announcers for Bluff City. These morons are going to sit there and blame and talk disparagingly to Brody and myself, to the King Superstar, to Mike Reels, all these things. But then when we turn it around, they have excuses for everything. Take our tag team match with the Shadows we had. Me and Brody tell you we're going to cheat. I'm telling you
It's
now.
been known.
We tell everybody. Yep. We don't hide the fact that we're going to do it. See Big Lou Winston's on here. Yeah, I know he's got his prying eyes in here. We're going to cheat. We're going to do it. We tell you that. So you can't be surprised when it happens. You can't be surprised when it happens. However, but you put us down for it. It's low down. It's dirty. Y'all are wrong for that. You're mean and you're evil and you're twisted. But then when your boys do it, like the Shadas, it's suddenly okay. But that was your boot. So, if they're such good guys, why do they have to pick it up and use it? Josh tried to say the boot bounced off the canvas into his hands.
Did it?
No, he picked it up.
Oh.
This is why you're a bad rep.
The boot should
This is why you're a bad rep. Did it? You were there.
The boot should have stayed on your foot.
Everybody has seen the match by now.
The boot should have stayed on your foot.
No, it should not have stayed on my foot. Dude, my leg was tore up. I'm trying to get there and help my partner who's been in the match the whole time.
Well,
it doesn't even matter.
Should have been on the floor then.
The point and the fact of the matter is, see, just like Bob and Josh are twisting everything. Just like you're twisting it. The point is, if I'm going to sit there and use an object and you're going to call me dirty and despicable, you can't turn around because somebody you like does the same thing and it's okay because you introduced it first. It was only wrong when you decided to do it first, but it's okay if they do it. That's a hypocrite. Hypocritical. This is why Memphis needs saving.
If I would have seen the boot being used by the top shotters, I would have done the same thing that I would have done if I would have seen
coulda,
use the boot.
Shoulda.
The match would have been thrown out and it would have been a disqualification.
All right, but you didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
And that's fine. That's not what we're talking about.
But you can't call what you don't see.
Exactly. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, and that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about the wins or the losses. We're talking about the use of the object. We're talking about people saying, hey, it's okay. It's bad if you do it, but it's okay if somebody else does it. We're not talking about the win and loss factor.
It's got to be seen. If it's not seen, nothing can be done about it.
You're missing the point, Alan. Oh, my God. Somebody help me. Sweet baby Jesus.
If you're
that's not what we're saying. Alan, listen.
Being used.
I swear.
Oh,
I swear. I knew what you were talking about, Storm, but I swear Alan that way for you. So, yeah, man, he's off of it.
We're simply saying.
Let me know.
That, look.
Okay.
If we have an opinion, like, if I use a chain, it's wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if anybody uses a chain, should that not be wrong for everybody who uses a chain?
It's wrong for everybody.
That's right. So you can't say because you don't like me.
That's what I was saying.
That's not what you were saying.
If anybody uses a weapon,
it's wrong.
It's it's wrong.
Okay, we're talking from a moral standpoint here.
I didn't know you had morals. Standpoint.
I've always got morals, except I'm the only one who uses them.
Oh, here we go.
All you other idiots just make it up as you go. The hypocrisy is sad. Lou's the biggest hypocrite. He said it sounds just like your king, the idiot. Johnny's the only smart one. You started all this, Lou. We got a surprise for you, by the way. I wish I could tell you what it was. Let's spoil it. But that's what I'm saying, right? Like Josh here, he says, it looked like it bounced into MJ Davis's hands to me. See that? He said, and remember, I'm unbiased. But MJ still used it.
Did I see it?
Your hero.
Did I see it?
Who cares if you saw it? It's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that
MJ still used a weapon.
He still used a weapon, Alan. It don't matter if you're right or wrong. I don't care about the wins and losses. What I care about is saying,
he was a
don't call me despicable for using a weapon if you're not going to call the other guy despicable for using a weapon. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
It's 1 + 1 equal 2.
If anybody uses a weapon in a match,
it should be. It's wrong.
Yes. It's
So-
frowned upon.
It's
So,
despicable.
so if you're going to call me a dog and call me all these bad things for using one, even if it's somebody you like, you should call them the same thing.
And I do. I do.
All right. They're not, though.
I
That's
do.
my point. That's my point. That's a hypocrite, Josh. Josh, you know you're a hypocrite. Y'all are not unbiased. Y'all are totally biased towards those losers over there, towards the peasants in the audience, and towards everybody else. This is sad. It's hypocritical, and you should be ashamed, all of you. This is why you got the name 2 Count, because, dude, I am so embarrassed by you right now. I don't even know what to say. Look, listen to some of these comments. Shawty should have more integrity. Yes, Ricky, you're right. Slap him short. Well, I want to. So I want to pull out this damn pimp hand right now and just start going to work. Because you embarrass me right now.
Let me find a weapon that I can use. Let me
This
find
makes
my own weapon.
sense.
Let me
This
find,
makes no sense.
because
right
it wouldn't
now.
be a fair
All right.
fight.
Oh my God.
Before things get too heated over here in the studio, let's talk about Alan. I heard you went to the bank now that you're gonna buy the $5 billion WWE. Is that true?
You see, that would be a grand thing if that were possible, because I would make everything correct. But no, I'm not. I'm not.
All right.
in
How
the
so?
great
How would
funds.
you make?
My
Where would
credit
you
is not
start?
well enough.
Where would
I
you
can't
start
wait
to
to
make
hear
things
this.
correct there?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
You don't want to know.
First of all, I make the referees the heroes of the show
This guy.
because they're truly the winners.
No,
That's all the zebras. That's the most important part. And they would get their own interest music. They'd come out to Barbie Girl.
no. So as far as that goes, like I was trying to think like how, because back in the day you had Stone Cold, you had The Rock, you had Triple H wasn't there yet, but he
You
was
had
getting
talent.
there
You
during
had
the
real
Attitude
talent.
Era. You had talent that could get the fans. Like, and now I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, what exactly when it was that everything turned, and like you lost the ability. Well, I say you, but they lost the ability to build stars like that again. Cena was a big star.
It's that era when it started.
That's when.
This is when it started. Because you had the transition of losing some of your top guys. You lost Rock and Austin almost at once.
Yeah.
And that was a big void to fill. And when they start talking about, because now fans love to talk about, because fans know everything.
The internet.
They love to talk about how somebody's being pushed too fast and all this other stuff. And so they're pushing John Cena, and then everybody starts rejecting, kind of like what they did with Roman Reigns years later.
Mhm.
People just start rejecting everything. But they weren't making stars. And look, here's the thing about making stars. You can only give people an opportunity so much. At some point, they have to make themselves.
Yeah.
They have to have the ability to be a star.
That's
You
right.
can't just say, this is going to be a star. That guy has to be able to step up and do it.
Mhm.
And you just don't get those all the time. I mean, you really don't. That's a difficult thing to get a hold of.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And there's a lot of guys there's a lot of great top.
Let me ask you this, Alan.
Okay.
All right. If you was Nick Khan or Vince McMahon or Triple H right now, who would you have the belt on?
I mean, I think the belt is on the right person. I think the belt is on the right person.
Are you talking about WWE?
Yeah, are you talking? Yeah, I think the
All right,
belt
what
is
about
on
AEW?
Roman Reigns.
Yes.
And AEW, I think with what has happened and transpired over the past couple months, I think the belt is on the right person there too.
I think MJF's the biggest star they got by far.
I mean, because who in AEW?
I always like a good heel champ.
Yeah,
You have to have a good heel to drive everything.
Because that's who
We lose Randy.
we
again.
lost his sound. We lost Randy's sound.
God, bugs me.
But that's
We lost Randy again there for a minute.
with Roman in WWE. That's the right one. Like, that's the right guy.
Yes.
And the fans have taken to it. But who else have they has gotten built up to potentially take that space? And we've talked about it multiple times, with Orton. Orton's always going to be good, and Orton should always be at the top, and unfortunately he's hurt, and he, who knows what lies for his career for, whatever time he has left, if he's got one with this injury that he's got, and then, Sami Zayn. But do you think they would ever put Sami Zayn on top?
Not for long, they wouldn't.
Exactly.
What they'll do, because that's the difference between stars, right? You got Reigns is a bona fide star, whether you like Reigns or not. This dude is. He can go. He can work with anybody. He carries himself like a star. He exudes it. But then you've got a big separation there between other guys who are really, really good.
Yeah.
But can they really be the guy that carries your company?
Mm-hmm.
When Roman Reigns comes into town, people are going to line up and see it. They just are.
It showed in Memphis.
That wasn't always the case, but it is now. The last few years, he is that is a done deal. And anybody who says differently is fooling themselves.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is it.
Because that crowd that SmackDown had in Memphis a couple weeks ago, that was the biggest crowd that WWE's had in Memphis in a long time.
Exactly. And I don't think there's any question as to why. Exactly.
It was the bloodline.
And now that doesn't mean you don't have all this other great talent that helps that roster out, because you have to.
Kevin Owens is great. I love Kevin Owens.
And I think this is the best roster they've had in quite a long time, as far as, there was that big drop off through the tens and all that good stuff. I mean, with Cena and Randy Orton, they've got a big drop off in talent, but now they've got a lot of talent. The problem is, again, people keep talking about these top tier guys. Cody Rhodes is another top tier guy that, unfortunately, with his pec injury, kind of derailed that. But I think when we see Royal Rumble, we'll see Cody's going to be back. I think he'll be the guy that takes it off of Reigns. I think it's just going to be him, because as far as top tier guys, Cody has made himself relevant. When he went to AEW, did what he did there, that he came back and had those series of matches with Seth Rollins. And when he showed with that torn pec and everything that he could still – dude, you believe everything that Cody Rhodes can do now.
You're talking about a babyface having to get sympathy. When he pulled that coat off and the camera caught his pec.
Oh, yeah.
That was sympathy right away.
Oh, there's no question.
Because you just hear the gas through the crowd and through that building. And I mean, I think it's going to be Cody, but I'm interested, like from a visual standpoint, how it'll look, Reigns, Cody, standing together, because that's the same thing that I'm thinking with. We've seen Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns before, and they've had awesome matches, but the visual of it, you look at it and you think there's no way that Kevin Owens.
You didn't see Kevin and Roman in front of a crowd.
Yeah,
you know that. You didn't see Kevin and Roman in front of a crowd. They were in the what do they call it, Thunderdome?
Yeah,
that's
that's true. But I think you're right as far as the visual look. But Cody Rhodes is every bit a star. He's the guy that stands out. But I love Drew McIntyre. I love Sheamus. But those are not guys you just see as like, because there's still things that seem to be missing.
Yeah.
Like there's almost too much of a caricature in some of the things that they're doing.
Yeah.
And now where we are today, where that used to be the thing, it really isn't so much anymore. I saw an article, and I want to get y'all's taking it. Guys, y'all chime in the chat too, because I'm curious. So a guy did I did a write-up on Hulk Hogan his early days, especially when he was in New Japan out there. I think he won one of the first, was it the IWGP, their belt. And when you wrestled over there, Hogan couldn't do his moves he hit over there. I mean, he was trained by Hiro Matsuda, right? Mm-hmm. So Hogan knows wrestling moves. He was taught that way. You didn't get through those training camps and not know stuff. All right, you couldn't just go and throw leg drops and body slams and punches and go, all right, it's all training. That didn't happen back then, which is honestly how it should be today. You should know everything, no matter what your size is. But Hogan had, so when he went over there, he was throwing insecurities, mat wrestling, doing all kinds of stuff. And for a big man to do that was impressive, because the Japanese crowd's tough. To them, it's straight up as it should be. Like, oh yeah, this is legit, and you don't try to embarrass us or disgrace us by showing us it is not. So Hogan had all these things. The guy was still, yeah, but that still doesn't mean Hogan was great and that he was one of the top guys. And, it became one of these things where you got to tell the guy just didn't like Hogan, which I get. If you don't like Hogan, that's fine. If you don't like some of the stuff he did, that's fine. But you cannot, at any stretch of the imagination, say Hulk Hogan is not one of the greatest workers to ever lace them up. And this guy was right. He was trying to say that, but not say it. So he just kept it as a wrestler. But in his wrestling thing, he was still, the way he mentioned other guys, like, all right, so you're still talking about working now.
Mm-hmm.
So Hogan is, without a doubt, one of the best to ever do it. We have that shift in the 80s where Hogan was the star. He was the man. You didn't go anywhere. Everybody on the planet knew who Hulk Hogan was. And people still to this day know who that man is.
Yeah, he didn't have to be a great technical wrestler.
No, and here he didn't have to. That doesn't mean he couldn't do it.
Yeah, because like you said, there's videos of him doing the mat wrestling and like moving. Like he's moving in the ring.
Well, he was, and I think this also goes back to what a lot of these young guys need to learn is you need to learn who you are as a worker. You can't look at wrestling and go, oh, that's the guy that I am, because no, that's who that guy is.
Yep.
That's not who you are. You can take things from a guy and mold them into part of who you are.
Yeah.
But you can't just say, well, I am Mick Foley. No, I'm not. I can eat 12 dozen donuts a day and get in the shape of Mick Foley. But that doesn't mean I'm Mick Foley. Doesn't mean I have the same mindset. Doesn't mean I have the ability to pull off the things the way he did it. A lot of these young guys, they need to learn that because they just don't understand it. You have to be uniquely you. And you have to understand that we all ain't superstars. We all ain't at that top tier. Very few people get there.
Yeah.
But you'll never get there if you're trying to be somebody else. Nothing kills me more than seeing somebody do, I'm Bone Soul Michael Austin. I hate that. I hate people doing rip-off gimmicks. It's the worst. It's the worst when you see that garbage come around. I can't stand it. It makes me mad. I am Fairy Crawler. I am the Queen of Memphis. Stupid things, right? Makes no sense. But yet you've got a lot of these people do it and then wonder why they're not taken seriously.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind. I don't understand it. And I think that's one of the things that hurts wrestling. And it certainly hurts it, when you're trying to build a town that has been ruined over the last 15 years. I mean, Randy is friends with a lot of these guys, Lawler and a lot of these guys. So he gets to hear a lot of those old stories coming up. Randy knows a lot about the history of Memphis and coming through there. And I know it's got to be, it has to get stuck in guys like Lawler and Dundee's crawl. And not just them, but a lot of these guys who poured their blood and sweat into Memphis wrestling. Jerry Jarrett and a lot of those guys who came through this territory. Because all the top names did. They all did. And what's happened to it's a tragedy. And I wonder if they sit there and think, I wonder what could be, or could it ever be something good? It'll never be like the Coliseum days. We're past that.
Yeah.
But can wrestling be great in Memphis again is really the question.
So and this can be a question for both of you, but when Vince started buying up all the territories or started getting talent from all the territories, and then Memphis was left with Power Pro coming out of the 90s, well, I guess mid to late 90s, early 2000s. And Randy, I don't know if you can talk about it, because I don't know if I know exactly what happened, but with Power Pro, what happened with that? What ended that? Because if Power Pro could have kept running, was it just the ability to get talent in, or was it how it was being run? Was it the fact that people were getting pulled to WWE or sent to OVW in that time? What was it exactly that kind of cut Power Pro off.
Contract ran out.
So
Power Pro's contract ran out with the TV stations,
There
or
was some
with,
there was some backstabbing going on there. There was some backstabbing going on there with someone who we can't speak about because he's no longer with us. But yeah, there was a deal there that was a pretty bad deal that happened there. And but yeah, I wish Power Pro would have gone on because maybe now we'd still have some people besides Johnny and Derek, Alan Steele, and Dustin. That was and that was kind of the last, I guess you could say, of somebody trying to build Memphis Stars, because when Corey came in and put his thing on Channel 30, I mean, they really didn't have, Lawler and Dundee was on there and Reggie B, but I mean, outside that, Spellbinder had been on there, Brian was on there some, Memphis wrestling on TV after Power Pro just kind of lost it.
Yeah, it really did. And I guess that goes back to my question. Can we say Memphis wrestling? I think we can. I think we can bring it back. It'll never be the Coliseum days to that level.
Mm-hmm.
But do I think we can build it enough to where you have great crowds? People will demand to come see it because you're offering them something that they haven't had in 15 to 20 years, which is great wrestling, because wrestling fans in Memphis are different.
Yeah.
They built different.
For sure.
All right. They want to see the rough stuff. We had a guy got mad at us because we were beating the crap out of those poor jabronis this weekend, right? He wasn't happy because we beat the crap out of these two poor boys.
Yeah.
Oh, Island Hopper. All right. Oh, Eraserhead. We beat the crap out of these guys, and the guy wasn't happy about it. Let me tell you, Memphis was way worse than what we did to those poor boys, and we're still trying to get to that level. But the difference is that you have to take Brody and I seriously. You have to take royalty seriously, because we make you take us seriously. You can't just go out there and smack hands and turn cartwheels and think, oh, this is all it's going to be, son. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. We're going to go out there and we're going to make you feel something.
Yeah. We're
going to make you feel some kind of way. One way or the other. Whether you like us or not, you're going to feel some kind of way about us.
And that's what that kind of ties into Bobby Clark's comment. He said, give me something to hang my hat on.
Which is exactly right.
Make the fans feel something.
Yeah, and I'm not out there to insult the fans. When I get out there, you're going to know. By God, you're going to know.
Oh, yeah.
You saw something that made you remember. And that was our statement to Bob and Josh last night. It was like, hey, guys, you're sitting there and you're asking us these questions about wrestling and stuff. And, what are y'all doing? It's like, dude, we're bringing wrestling back to Memphis. We're bringing true wrestling back to Memphis. You talk about old school, it's not just two words you're putting together. It's a feeling and it's a passion. And wherever we go, wherever we try to get booked at, that's what we bring. And I'm going to tell you, people are afraid to book me and Brody. It's gotten crazy. It's insane. Bluff City has booked us. And we get booked separately in a lot of other places, but together, people are scared to book us together.
I wonder why.
Well, I know
it goes
why.
Back to what I said earlier.
But that's sad. You should want the best competition to come into your area and help increase what you've got going on.
Yeah.
Because it brings everybody up. Why don't you want to do that? But they are. I don't get it. I get it. I do get it. But still, you just don't want to have subpar talent. You should want great talent.
Royal talent.
You should want royal talent.
See, look at that.
It should be royalty.
See,
it should
I can say some good stuff every now and again.
Every now and then.
I can be kind.
Every now and then.
But I get in y'all's mind, y'all are kind.
We're not
the
kind.
right thing.
I ain't sitting here trying to play like I'm nice.
I'm saying y'all are doing the right thing. Y'all think
we are doing the right thing. And some sacrifices have to be made, Alan. Sacrifices have to be made. Dues have to be paid if you're ever going to achieve something. And that's just how it goes. And some of these poor guys that are standing in our way, it's just, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, since February 4th in Helena,
Mm-hmm.
you were coming down
Oh, yes.
solo
Yes.
by yourself.
Yes.
Use that time and that experience to kind of do some scouting for the Savage Brotherhood, and to see, not scouting to bring somebody else in with you, but just kind of seeing what kind of competition lies ahead of you guys
This Alan
with
Lynch
a
trying to
with a
give Big
potential
Daddy
with the potential
advice.
of having both of you, Brody and Storm, down at APW in the future for some opponents for you guys.
Oh, dude, they just line up anybody.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
See, I was trying to help.
No, and I
was trying to
appreciate
give
it.
you some advice.
Because you're right. And we do that. We look, this is the thing, too. And it's for you young guys out there. You need to be studying all these things. I watch every one of our Bluff City shows multiple times a week, studying all the time. I don't watch just what I'm on there for. I watch everybody else. I know what I'm capable of. What I want to know is who else is capable of what. Where are those weaknesses at? Where are those strengths at? So I can make them weaknesses. I study them all. Brody studies them all. That's what we do. Dude, it's just because you've got to. If you're not willing to put in the work, you can't be the best. We don't have to have these just super physiques. You don't have to be the fastest. You've heard me say it, not the strongest. You just have to be great at what you do. And what we do is beat people up and win it. At the end of the day, it's what everybody cares about. Winning.
Yeah.
Stacking W's and stacking cash, baby.
That's it. That's what you got to do. What you want.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And that's what we do. That's what
breaking necks and cashing checks.
That's it. That's it. And Alan, one day you're gonna learn this.
One day.
One day.
Maybe it'll
it.
come sooner rather than later.
Probably not. You're stubborn. You're a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
You're still young.
3 to 5 years from now, Alan he'll know about it. So.
I'll know more then than what I do now.
Good God willing.
And because I've learned
I hope
more.
so.
I've learned a lot since I first started. April will be 4 years that I've been reffing.
Dude,
and I've learned a lot.
That's like nothing in the wrestling business. That is absolutely nothing in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
4 years is nothing. You're still green.
Yeah, I'm still green.
Yeah.
I know I'm
4
still
years.
green.
4 years.
But I ain't as green as what I used to be.
Go find some cherry buster. Hey, look.
Go back, Alan, and watch guys like Tommy Young, Jerry Calhoun, those guys. Charles Robinson back in his early days at WCW. Go back and watch those guys.
Yeah. Because you never stop learning.
Yeah.
Boy, you never stop learning. But it does slow down for you.
Do the homework.
Yeah, you have to.
If you ever stop learning, you need to quit.
Yeah, that's a fact. And this business is freaking great. Right? There's nothing better than professional wrestling. It will hurt you to your soul, your body. It wreaks havoc on. But there is no profession anywhere that brings you the excitement, the joy, the stimulus, the heartache, every emotion imaginable is in professional wrestling. And it's not like football where they stub their toe and they just go sit around for a while and complain about it. It's not like basketball where you dribble a few times and just go out. Oh, no, I got a sniffle. I got to sit down over here. It's different. It's crazy.
Sometimes you got to wrestle with a busted leg, don't you?
Yeah. And more than that, I mean, guys have done it with busted legs, arms. I mean, people.
A torn pec.
Again, people will do things and for the sake of this business that they wouldn't do for anything else.
Yeah. I mean, when Kenny Omega had all the injuries he's had, before he took his little hiatus, I mean, he'd been working with multiple issues, for a long time.
Because you can't stop. I mean, when you're on a heater and it's rolling for you, you can't stop. I mean, you can, but if that's the type of person that you are, then and some injuries you just can't work through.
Mm-hmm.
Some injuries you just can't. I mean, if you can't literally walk, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
The same thing with your arms. You can't. I mean, some things you just can't work through. But there's a lot that you can. It's just about pain tolerance. Once you get that up, once you can do that, oh, geez, dude, You can do this business, but a lot of people are afraid to do this business. Oh, this is the question, because I put this to Bob and Josh. And I don't know if y'all noticed this. I think we talked about this yesterday on the watch along. Did you notice when Royalty was out there beating everybody up that no one came to help?
Yeah.
They didn't come out to help Buck. They didn't come out to help the Island Kid or Too Legit or Too Good or Austin. Nobody came to help. Nobody. Big Lou didn't even come out there to help. Nobody came to help. Now, for someone who cares about all the talent, for all these guys who say they're not afraid to do this or that, why did nobody come to help? Why?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
One that we all know the answer to. We all know the answer to it.
There's fear in the Bluff City locker room.
There's fear everywhere. It's not just in the Bluff City locker room. It's in Memphis, because people will not work us because they're afraid. They won't let their talent work us because they're afraid for their talent. It's a fact.
Pew, pew, pew.
It's just a
Pew,
fact.
pew, pew.
They're all afraid.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, no, you can't go
That's a
work
good
these
one.
guys. I can't have a whooping y'all's ass. I can't do it.
That's a shoot.
We can't do
it. He's not lying about that one.
It's true.
You're true. Yeah.
It's true. That's why we can't get booked in different places around Memphis. People don't want us there because they're afraid, because they know. They know. Y'all know. We already put one promoter out of business. Well, he put himself out of business because he
Come
did
on,
it.
man.
Look, I ain't afraid to say it,
Come on.
because I don't like when people talk trash about me thinking they're getting over on me or my friends. I can forgive you, but I'll never forget it. And any chance that I get to turn that screw, I'm going to. I'm going to. You don't get to have not one, but two number one platinum records by playing it safe.
And maybe a third one on the way.
There's a third one on the way.
That'll be interesting.
I can guarantee you that too.
I'm excited to see that one.
Dude, it's going to be awesome.
Little pissant.
Let me tell you something. People ask me, how's it feel to be so talented? And honestly, I can't answer that, because when you're great, you don't even think about how easy it is sometimes. It just is. It's hard to explain.
Just
Does
wake up in
know
the
about
morning
that?
and you're
The
great.
freeloaders in the audience at Bluff City wouldn't know about that. You know, they always get handed stuff out there for free. It makes me mad, dude.
They come to the show for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
They come watch you beat down people for free.
And they need to build a statue in my honor.
Oh, boy.
In Brody's honor. It needs to be a royal statue.
Oh, boy.
It's like a beauty.
Oh, boy.
Can you imagine that? We need to get some Shut Up Bob shirts made, though.
Shut Up Bob.
Bob gets on my nerves. Lying. All the stuff he says. See, Ricky knows. Ricky can tell you how it feels to be talented. Fabulous. No, it doesn't. Not
Fabulous Storm.
Fabulous.
Fabulous Storm.
Not
That's
fabulous.
it. Fabulous Storm.
Ricky's fabulous. I'm not fabulous. I'm not fabulous.
You want to be.
No. Because fabulous to me is just a glossy term. It may be fabulous. Look at all these trans whatever are out there, trans turtles or whatever they're called. I don't know.
Trans turtles.
Right? They're just hobbling along out there, putting makeup on everything, putting glitter on everything. That's fabulous. Ain't nothing. But great. Being great. Oh, son. Son.
Great storm.
You'll never know.
It's a great
And
storm.
that's okay.
Yeah.
And that is okay.
It's unfortunate.
But, well, you could. You just got to put in the work out.
Yeah.
Just got to put in the work.
You got to work.
You put in the work, you can be great.
You got to work harder. Be better.
You know, Royalty does need a jester.
A jester?
I can put in a good word for you. Get you one of them little funky
That
ass
was a
little
good one.
bells on it.
Golly.
Yeah, it's that way. Instead of having to shake that bell, he can just like grab your neck and shake your head and let the bells ring off the little jester hat. That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe for y'all. Not
That'd
for
be
me.
Alan, hey, you can make Alan come out with a little horn and blow it right before you walk out.
Jeez.
Dude, that'd be kind of great too. Like the royal
You
proclamation.
hear me, guys?
That'd be awesome.
Just have
Yeah.
a scroll.
Let Alan come out.
That's it. Hear ye, hear ye.
God.
So 2 count here. We bring out the King superstar, Johnny Dotson.
No, he would love it. All of you would love it.
It's probably a good idea. I actually do love it.
Well,
I think it's a great idea.
well, tune in to find out, I guess. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for sure. Guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Sorry you're having so much problems out there, Randy, with the
Holly Springs internet.
It's wild.
Well, it's maybe because there's metal roof on the house, but I'll get it fixed this first time. So
yep. Well, we knew tonight was going to be a trial run anyway. Appreciate all you guys who came in and participated in the chat. All you peasants out there watching for free on your government internet and all that good stuff. Yeah, you got free time. January 21st. You like free stuff. We're having another TV taping this Saturday, 596 Andrews Road in Memphis. Come out. You don't have to pay to get in the door. You have to show your ID. You don't have to show your ramen noodles or your government cheese. You just come on in.
Doors open at 11. Bell time is at noon.
That's right.
What time is that Saturday?
12 o'clock noon. Doors open at 11. And greatness starts when royalty walks in the door.
12 noon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Until then, folks, for 2 count, this is Big Daddy. That's Randy. We'll see you next time.
Yep.